the WNBA on 2K
Chicago.
Sports. Welcome in, everybody. Tonight will be the Chicago Sky going up against the Connecticut Sun. This is Blake Suniga alongside Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi, and we're excited for some 2K hoops.
Dana Evans.
And guys, you have to admire the way these two teams play. They're all about ball movement.
I mean, you look at the stat sheet, look at the assist numbers these teams put up. There's not too much hero ball going on. They're unselfish.
Yeah, both sides are focused on working the ball around and generating the best shot possible. It's fun to watch.
Now here's Cardoso. Evans covering. Pass to Willoughby. Nelson Adota.
And there it is. Love seeing this from Willoughby. Not just a scorer, but also an effective passer.
To the wing, right side. And that's a foul called on Willoughby. That is her first foul of the game.
That's a quick foul for her there. Looks like the refs are going to call this one close.
Now here's Evans. Pass to Davis. And again, it's Chicago with a three.
Well, I'd categorize Evans as a score-first guard. Her passing skills improve each season in the league.
To the paint. Here's Nelson Adota. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's what I call pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open teammate was.
Pass to Davis. Reese with it. Here's Allen. Second chance shot. And the bucket is good.
Good.
Good from Cardoso indeed.
And credit the hustle Cardoso showed right there. Excellent job getting in great positioning for the offensive rebound.
Now a timeout called by Connecticut. Harris with it. Pass to Carrington. Isabel Harrison on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Camila Cardoso gets the board.
This offense's first miss. They've hit 3 of 4 to start.
And at 6'7", the strength and size of Camila Cardoso, so tough to handle.
Well, she puts that frame to work, doesn't she? She's a force inside and a very exciting young player.
Now here's Carrington. Pass to Harrison. Shoots over Cardoso. Here's Harris. Fires from deep. And it's Angel Reese with the rebound.
It's rare to see her come up empty on such a wide open look.
Poked loose. Stolen by Harris. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Nope, not that time. 0 for 2 from the field. Evans, covered by Harris. Back to Evans. Allen, outside Evans. They get the rebound. Good work there as it goes.
Standing at a towering 6'7", Cardoso is a major threat inside. I love to see her attack with confidence.
Now here's Harris. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. And it's Carrington missing. Chicago in the lead. Outside Reese. It's Kayla Davis on the wing. And she's good on the 3-ball.
A tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball.
Yeah, just some really impressive scoring. Everything seems to be going in.
Now here's Harris. Now here's Willoughby. Shot to end the cold run. Good. First shot, first basket.
How about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Yeah, terrific little back and forth right there,
It's
Tim.
been a lot of fun to watch.
Pass to Reese. Here's Evans, covered by Carrington. Here's Reese. And she can't answer back the three-pointer offline. Here's Harris. The shot goes in. It's first of the night. She is 1 for 3 to start the contest.
Soft touch around the rim. You don't want Harris to catch you out of position inside.
Now here's Allen. Puts up the three. It's hauled in by Harrison. Here's Carrington. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2.
First personal foul.
That goes on Dana Evans.
Well, the defense is right there, but Carrington does not hold back. And that commitment is what gets her the foul.
You know, with the length of the WNBA season, it can really fly by in a hurry.
Just when you think you're starting to get settled in, we've already played a decent chunk of the year.
And that makes each game count that much more. There's very little room for error during the regular season.
Now here's Harris. That one drops for her second bucket. Marker 2 for 4.
Yeah, late reaction to the defense. She's always going to convert that.
Pass to Cardoso. Allen. The shot is good. Camila Cardoso making the play.
Boy, Brian, that's 5 straight made three-pointers. The defense giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open threes, but they just aren't figuring it out.
You go out there and tell them, Brian.
Okay, maybe I will.
Davis, covered by Carrington. Now Banner. Here's Davis. The three-pointer off the mark. All sorts of time. Pass to Harris. Here's the three. The rebound by the Sky. Here's Reese. Now here's Davis. Banham jacks up a three. They grab their own miss. Launches a three. Cardoso. It's good on the putback.
Second chance buckets, they're always the result of hard work.
The Sun trailing. Here's Harrington. And looks like an illegal kick was set. That'll get the ref's attention.
Well, I just think an illegal screen, it's one of the toughest calls for an official to make.
Yeah, you have to appreciate how difficult a job they have to do when it comes to making calls like that. It's not as easy as people might think.
And the refs in this league just do a great job.
Turner with the bucket.
Off to a strong start on the glass, 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, you like their effort level here in the early going. And if you don't, oh well, because I like it. You know, they're just making things happen.
And 2 free throws coming up as she misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. It goes on Michaela Onyenwede. No good on the free throw.
Well, Chicago went big in the 24 draft, taking 6'7" Camila Cardoso, 3rd overall, and then 6'3" Angel Reese at 7.
But what's funny is those two were big-time conference rivals battling in the paint back in college. Now, the two teammates. I love those picks. Reese and Cardoso, they should dominate the paint for years to come in Chicago.
Here's Colson. The tray. The rebound by the Sky.
Well, you have to like their work in the boards here in the first.
Yeah, coming out of the gates with great energy. Kind of like they got shot out of a cannon. They're really setting the tone.
Boom.
Turner with the bucket.
Boy, Brian, already they've piled up 8 second chance points.
Oh, it's incredible seeing the effort level and the intensity they're bringing here. They're just beasting on the boards. I love their physicality.
Knocked away.
With the jumping up.
Cool.
Ability, Brianna Turner can get up there to send shots away.
Puts up a three. Buries it from three-point range.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the three-pointers they're allowing.
I don't know. I mean, there might be more defense in warm-ups. They need to close down on these threes.
Olsen. Cardoso with the block.
Yeah, get used to that from Cardoso. She racked up 263 of those in college.
No good from outside. And here's Connecticut. It's a 13-point game.
Connecticut Suns.
Shot to stop the run. And off the glass. That one's good. Pass to Banham. Fires the three. Bangs home the trifecta.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Now here's Harrison.
From 12 feet out.
A rebound by Camila Cardoso.
That's a shot she's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Here's Colson. That one a tad offline to the right, but it drops in for her. With the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
They should jump at this chance. Stretch that lead out as much as possible.
To the left side wing. Out to the wing. Here's Banham. And again, it's Chicago with a three.
They've made one bucket after another since getting this game started. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet, Tim. I wouldn't go that far, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
The first quarter concludes and a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. It's the Sky up by 15. Stay with us as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And we'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move into the second. And for the Sky here, they've been putting on a show for us.
Really putting in the work on the offensive glass.
They've set the tone here early with a hustle.
Pass to Milic. Now Colson. And there's a pick for 3. Evens things up with that basket. Her second of 4, shooting 50%.
Coach has to be furious. Obviously, a defensive lapse there. She is automatic from deep. If you leave her wide open, big mistake.
Evans misses.
And she doesn't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions.
And a missed layup. And it's the Sky ball. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. For 3. The second chance effort. Banham, no good. And we played through the first minute here in the second. And here's Colson. He has 5. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits. Pass to Evans. Three-pointer. And the 3 ball is good.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looked shell-shocked.
And now that they're rolling from out there, you've got to get in their jersey and try to deny those looks.
Especially how well people shoot threes these days.
Tried to come right back with the 3 of her own, but it's no good. Pass to Banham. Evans with it, working on Harrison. Onion Wade with it. And a foul on the shot. She'll go to the strike for 2.
And Tim, talk about an immediate impact. Michaela Onyenwere earning Rookie of the Year honors back in 2021.
Yeah, winning it for the Liberty back in 2021. However, she was traded away before the 23 season when the Liberty were looking for some cap space to build that final super team. But Michaela's done a great job taking that in stride and continuing to play at a high level.
And for the Connecticut Sun, their first year in the W was in 1999. They're still searching for that first title.
Connecticut has been so close, falling in the finals 4 times. A couple of those losses in heartbreaking fashion. Sun fans are very hungry for that banner.
Here's Onyenwere, and she was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws for her.
Well, back in her WNBA debut in 2021, 18 points for Michaela Onyenwere, wasting no time introducing her game to the rest of the league.
Another trip to the Stripe Forum and a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter, a little more banging.
And that's serving them well, seeking out contact and putting pressure on the defense.
Timeout called the Sky. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Banham. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
What terrific hustle. She's got a nose for those rebounds.
Wow, she is ferocious when that ball goes up.
And that's what they've got her out there for, making plays like that.
Here's Colson. She's got 7. Now Harrison. Onyenwere covering. The putback. Here's Milic. Onyenwere covering. No coverage that time.
They're having much more success here in the second after missing on a few chances that they had earlier.
To the middle. Back to Evans. Beyond the arc. Another field goal for her. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Yeah, she's going to force them to make some adjustments. That's her 4th triple of the half.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Harrison. That ball is in the basket. He's now shot 6 and made 3.
Just such a smooth operator inside. Harrison's put in a lot of time perfecting her technique and timing.
Here's Banham. Off target with the 3.
Her shot has been off today. With her team leading, perhaps she should maybe focus more on her floor game.
Pass to Willoughby. And here's Colson. Clock at 6. From about 16. And she gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
The shot's good.
Pure power from Onyenwere. Taking the bump inside and still scoring it.
Pass to Willoughby. Harrison. And Evans picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for her.
Well, another foul will give her 3 before the half. That's something to keep an eye on.
The Sky making a switch here. Now off the inbound. Inside. Another shot. And she takes it up and lays it in.
Yeah, anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job.
Pass to Onyenwere. Now Banham. Off the mark there with the 3. Now here's Turner. Defense is right there. Down low. Here's Harrison. And the lead is down inside single digits.
Yeah, look, we know the story of the first quarter. She had trouble hitting any shots with any real efficiency, but in the second quarter, she's turned it around.
Pass to Banham. To the left wing. Launches it. That's another one for her. Her 5th in just 7 shots.
She had a great start from behind the arc, and she's simply kicked it up a notch here in the second.
Colson. Can't connect from 13 feet out. One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Great ball movement indeed. That's an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And confident. Play we're seeing out of them.
Yeah, the scoreboard tells the story.
Mirage grabs the miss. And here's Connecticut. Pass to Harrison. From down in the low post, it goes.
You know, she shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Now Banham. Here's Onion Wade. Mielich grabs the miss. Now Colson. 9 points in the game. It's deflected. Pass to Onion Wade. Banham. The three-pointer. No good.
3 triples for her in the first quarter, but she's yet to knock one down in the second.
Turner with the ball. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
Her shooting numbers slipping this quarter.
To the right side. Pass to Onion Wade. Out to the wing. 11 feet out. Good. She hits the jumper.
Great recognition from Turner right there. Knew how much time she had and let it rip on the catch and shoot.
Now here's Turner. Sinks the triple.
Unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and she's heating up.
Now here's Turner. Three-pointer. Good for another bucket. She's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Well, they can't ask much more of her than what she's done this quarter.
Now here's Turner. And she lays it straight in. On offense, here are the Sky. At one point, they led by 16. Pass to Banham. Let's go with a three. Mielich grabs the miss.
She has been anything but her usual self this quarter. It's been ugly. Well, she didn't have a hand in her face, so I thought she was for sure going to bury that.
Here's Onion Wade. Takes the three. This is her third shot of the game. She has made 6 of her 9 attempts. Here's Turner. Knocked loose. And here we go, the Sky fast break. Here's Banham. Off target from outside.
You know, she's disappeared this quarter, not making a mark at all with her offense.
And you know she'll be happy to get this period over and done with and just start fresh.
And down it goes. 2 points.
She was one step ahead of the D in making that pass. Nice assist.
Pass to Onion Wade. 1 second left. Doesn't get it to drop for us. And so we wrap up the first half. It's the Sky leading by 10. And we will be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot. To the
as the food.
All right, the second half beginning in a moment. And Connecticut has possession, trailing by 10. Now here's Harris. She's covered by Allen. Pass to Carrington. Foul called that time on the way up, and that'll give her 2 chances at the free throw.
First team foul.
And the call on Camila Cardoso.
On the night, she's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And you might remember that she was not her best from the foul line in their last game.
To say the least. I mean, whenever she got to the line, she just couldn't find the target. But nights like that are going to happen, even to the best of them.
And when it comes to San Diego native Dejanay Carrington, the word you hear a lot when her teammates describe her is effort.
You're not going to find too many players who work harder than she does. Whether it's on defense or in the offseason or in practice, she is always trying to improve.
Now here's Carrington. Just 5 on the clock. Fires for 3. Rebound Chicago. At one point, they led by 16. Pass to Allen, expanding her range. Tries again.
Cardoso laying it in.
And you see Cardoso just too much to handle around the basket.
Now here's Carrington. She's guarded closely.
You know, they'd love to see her get a lot more of those opportunities.
That deficit will go away quickly if she does.
And I like the way she capped that drive off. The one-hand punch.
Nice angle there on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
Assistant.
They're 3 of 4 to start the half.
Now here's Carrington. Evans covering. Pass to Harris. From downtown.
Camila Cardoso gets the board.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Now here's Davis.
That's in there. Angel Reese with the assist.
A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
Now a timeout called by Connecticut.
Masih manjis.
Now here's Harris. She's covered closely. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot, and we'll shoot 2 at the line.
It's going to go on Angel Reese.
Terrific effort from Harris on that play. Doesn't back down and draws the foul.
Here's Allen. She's got 6. Davis. Pass to Allen. Here's Reese. Here's Cardoso. Goes back up, and the layup is good.
They've got a big lead. Not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers too.
Yeah, it's been a gritty performance and a physical brand of basketball, but hey, that's how you win.
Bring your lunch pail.
And it's good for 2.
And Harris plays with such a strong basketball intellect, guys. Great job in finding the wide open teammate there.
It's stolen by Carrington. And the Sun pushing it up now. And Harris gets it to go.
Good work in the transition game.
That's why when it's there, it's always a good idea to attack early before the defense even has the chance to set up.
Absolutely, so much easier to score in transition.
Here's Reese. Nelson Adota with the rebound. Now here's Carrington, guarded by Davis. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Evans, covered by Carrington. Now here's Allen. Defense right on him. Offensive board. Count it. Good.
Got a second crack at it, and
Cardoso.
this time made it count.
And you know, Brian, that's been a major factor. You know, they're staying active on the offensive board, getting extra possessions.
Well, that's just not a sight you see very often because she has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when she's open.
Evans with the bucket.
This defense is giving their shooters free reign to operate from beyond the arc.
And when you allow shooters to get going, then you're in trouble because they can hit even when they're well defended.
Here's Carrington. The rebound by Evans. And it's the sky ball. Reese, pass to Davis. That 3 off the mark. Now Harris. Over Evans. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim.
Well, it's obvious that Harris doesn't lack confidence, guys, especially when it comes to shooting the ball.
Now Evans. Here's Allen. 6 points for her. Cardoso on the mark with a 15-footer.
She's just putting on a clinic this quarter. I mean, what a tremendous scoring output.
Now here's Harris. She's covered by Allen. Pass to Carrington. Takes the 3. Gets it to go from downtown.
And Carrington has proven that she can drain it from deep. She just has to keep on doing this.
Outside Evans. Reese. The fadeaway. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dana Evans. The Sun really having a tough go here. Pass to Harris. There's the triple. And it's Angel Reese with the rebound. And so it's Chicago with it. Evans. No good with the triple.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. You got to go right back to that shot.
Good.
Well, look, one of the reasons they're trailing is because we haven't seen enough of that. She has to become a bigger part of her offense.
Now here's Cardoso. She's got 16. Davis, that's good.
They come out of halftime smoking hot from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and as hot as they are from out there, there's absolutely no reason not to just keep letting them fly.
I agree, Brian. They should all have the green light.
Stolen by Reese. Here's Allen. The bank shot, no good. The Sun on offense. 17-point game. And Evans picks up the foul. That is her third foul so far. The Sky making a switch here.
Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Puts it up off the inbound. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Of their last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is smash mouth basketball, guys.
Yeah, they're really imposing their will offensively and getting exactly the kind of looks they want. Great defense, anticipated the play, and got there first.
And coaches love players that are just not afraid to put their bodies on the line and take a shot for the team.
Here's Banham. Good on the three-point shot.
You know, some players you give that shot to, but let me be clear. She is not one of them. Terrible job by the defense.
Back to Harrison. Turner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Milic. Releases from 15. Rebound Chicago.
That's one she knows she should have drained.
Right wing. Onion Wade. Defended by Harrison.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Shoots the 3. Will not drop through. That miss puts her at 6 for 10. Turner with the bucket. Over to the wing. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there.
The moment Onion secures the ball inside, and your work is cut out for you. Michaela is just so tough.
The Sky making a switch here. And here's Turner. The 3 ball. Drains it from beyond the arc.
I tell you, she loves getting looks like that from three-point range. Just nobody near her.
Pass to Smith. And here's Banham. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed coming from beyond the arc.
Can't connect from short range.
So many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one, Tim.
Yeah, Brian, their effort on the glass, it has given them the advantage. It's made a difference without question.
It's hauled in by Smith. On offense, here the Sky. Offline with the 3. Pass to Turner. 1. Onion Wade covering. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. And she'll shoot 2. No good. On that one.
Routine yun.
And she sinks the second.
What the fuck?
Here's Banham. Drilled it right as block hit, all 0.
What a clutch shot. She's got nerves of steel.
Well, you've got to have some nerve to hit a shot like that at the buzzer.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Sky out in front, up 19. We'll be right back to the action when we return. And thanks again for joining us. We'll see what happens in the fourth. And so it's Chicago with it. Here's Turner. Rebounded by Colson. Pass to Turner. Here's Colson. Lets the 3 fly. Banham with the rebound.
Some of the shots she's taken today have been absolute head scratchers. She's out there playing like it's a game of horse, and it's not.
Now here's Onion Wade. And yes, she's got the English that time as it falls.
She's definitely got that shot in her arsenal.
Out to the left wing.
And we've talked about this. One of the major challenges in the W is travel.
Well, you know, you look at just the geography of the league. Most of the teams are on the West Coast or on the East Coast. So you end up with really long
Teka.
fights to play those interconference games.
And it just tells you that resting between games is so important. Diet, sleep, taking care of your body is crucial.
They get it back. Milic, no good with the layup.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor. It's all adding up.
Well, you look across the team stats, it's one of many areas they're winning.
Okay.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now.
Well, in 2023, we saw the WNBA expand their schedule to 40 games. How did you like that move, Brian?
I think it's a great thing. None of us are complaining about more basketball.
Oh, I'm in total agreement. I always want more basketball because that's more fun. And we get to watch this great league more. And, you know, the great thing is it's allowed for fans in the league to get more chances to see stars come to their hometowns. I think it's been a great improvement.
Lets it go from deep. And again, it's Chicago with a three.
And they are just killing them with the three-point shot here in the second half.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. They are fully stretched out there trying to stop the three and still haven't been able to do it.
I don't know defensively what they can do different at this point.
Here's Colson. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a three. They get it back. Harrison gets the bucket.
Protecting the play, Harrison fights to retain possession and get him a bucket.
Time called here. The Sky decide to talk it over. Now Banham. Pass to Reese. Smith covered by Carrington. Smith no good. Now here's Carrington. Turner with the ball. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone in the fourth. Pass to Reese. The fadeaway, and that one good.
Well, because the defense is so worried about Angel Reese's ability inside, the mid-range shot is usually there for her if she wants.
Now here's Carrington. To the paint. Now Milic. From outside the arc. And it's Turner missing.
That's a shot you want to take if you're looking for the three. Defense totally off balance.
Reese on the left. That one rolling around and rims out.
Okay, look. I know she isn't having the best of games from the floor, but it hasn't seemed to hurt them.
Now here's Carrington. And there's the 3-second violation.
Boneheaded play, guys. Plain and simple.
And mistakes like that are going to make it very hard for them to get out of this hole.
And that's part of the reason why they're in this hole.
Here's Reese. So she gets...
Ano rebound yun?
The whistle, contact on the way up, 2 shots, next.
First personal foul.
Known for her confident and competitive personality, Reese is a reliable forward who contributes in a number of ways.
Carrington with the ball.
Leading scorer. Si Manzis.
Wide open. He claims that one off the back iron and it falls.
She's shaking off that slow start and giving them a boost here in the second half.
Here's Smith. Cans it from downtown.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from 3-point range.
The defense, they have to close out quicker.
Now here's Willoughby. They waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Yeah, Willoughby is such an efficient scorer. Gets the ball and effortlessly drills the shot.
Here's Onion Wade. And so she draws the foul on the shot. Trip to the line to shoot
Second
two.
personal foul. Second team foul.
That free throw, no good.
Well, back in her WNBA debut in 2021, 18 points for Michaela Onyenwere, wasting no time introducing her game to the rest of the league.
And so here is Connecticut to the inside. Here's Nelson Adota. Camila Cardoso gets the board.
A good board there, but overall, they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And they've just got to find a way to get back into this game. That's as good a place as any.
Just increase the effort on the boards.
The shot by Onion Wade, no good. Here's Willoughby. They get it back. Harris, soft touch off the glass.
Soft touch around the rim. You don't want Harris to catch you out of position inside.
Outside Evans, past Onion Wade. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dana Evans.
They are dialed in from three-point land here in the fourth.
Yeah, and that's just putting it mildly, Tim. I mean, they're putting a world of hurt
Foul.
on their opponents with the triple.
And there's no better time, Brian, to hit threes than in the fourth quarter.
And she knocks down the first one. And she can't hit the second.
After she didn't have a single free throw attempt in the first half, she's been much more active since halftime, drawing some fouls.
He's really slowed down here in the second half. Hasn't converted a three-pointer yet after that tremendous first half.
And the foul called on Smith. That is her first foul of the game. Pass to Harris. To the middle. Makes that one her sixth of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Puts it up from 12. Oop, anticipated the pass, turnover. Inside, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Nice feed as Carrington finds a teammate with an even better look.
Nagdadunk pala sa WNBA. Oh my god. Ito si Banham pa. Ano rare dunk. Gagawin mo Banham. Walang lamay dapat sa amin.
That's just good offense.
And that's life above the rim. Something I only get to experience when I'm watching the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Onion Wade, shot is good.
Yeah, she's played an important role in her offense today, and really without her, they might not have the lead right now.
Here's Carrington, and she converts the layup.
4 of their last 5 makes came off a high-quality shot inside.
And that's right out of the textbook. They are having their way down low right now.
Pass to Turner. Smith outside, fires for 3. Doesn't go that time. The Sun really having a tough go here. Down low. Nelson Adota with the bucket.
She did so well to lead her teammate right to the ideal spot. That's the kind of playmaking coaches like to see.
Here's Turner. Lets the 3 fly. There's another one to add to her total. She's shooting 7 for 15.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is safe.
I don't know if I'd call it 100% secure, but at least 98%.
Shut the fuck up. 98%.
I'll go 99.2. Quick hands in the steal, quick feet on the break.
And that's a silly error there. Coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense.
It's just giving them free points.
And it's Carrington missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. She's not the player to give open looks to, but they got away with it that time.
Pass to Banham. For 3. Rebounded by the Sun.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Lucky she was off.
I just hope that was a mistake by the D.
Saan na naman?
Because if that's how they plan to guard her, they're going to have serious problems. The one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's her hand doing the slamming.
You're right. She is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Well, that's part of what makes her unique, right? That combination of power and polish.
Here's Evans. Kept alive. Cardoso.
Eh! Mga Cardoso yan.
Officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good, and she'll go to the line.
At the line for the Sky.
Well, the third pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, Cardoso is a quality center with a promising future.
Pass to Carrington. And foul called as she misses, and she's going to shoot 2 free throws.
And the call on Camila Cardoso.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, and one of the buzzwords that you hear about Carrington is aggression. She brings a very aggressive mindset to every time she steps on the floor.
Hey, GG.
Over to the left wing. Rachel Banham, and that's good.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
They are just not backing off, and they're going to close this one out in style. What a surge.
Give them credit for just to finish this one off.
Pass to Turner, and here's Banham. She's covered by Willoughby. Banham, no good. Here's Harris.
GG.
No problem for Chicago as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says an awful lot about this team.
Yeah, Blake, I guess they don't need home cooking, like, you know, you're cooking from your mom, to feel at home. Just a masterful performance all around for them.
So that's going to do it for this one, folks.
Okay, 26 si Iraifa and Tobias Harris. Ay, Tayasha Harris. 13, puro 13. Okay. Tapos ay Sky Manzis 23-5-8 leading scorer, Banham 21-4-2. Cardoso 19-13, Onyenwere 13-4. Okay, nice G si Savage walang score. On to the next.